It's Monday the 20th of September 2021. I've come up to the lakes again, and this is Hartsop, and a bit of a cloud inversion out here. I'm parking on a car park in what looks like a farmer's field. Actual car park in Hartsop, the lane is shut off unfortunately, so I've had to come here to park. It's a very nice start, a little chilly at the moment. Alright, this is the field where I've parked the car, and I'm going to leave now and turn left along the lane. Yeah, as I said, I'll turn left along the lane, and well, the first quite a distance of this walk is a pretty gentle walk along the flat until I start climbing up to the crossroads at Boardale, Hause. That's some way off yet. As I said, sun's just coming up now, it's still warming up a little, still a little chilly, hasn't really got into the valley properly yet. I'm hoping to do 6 Wainwrights today, 2 of which Rest Dodd and Crag I've never done before. The other 4 I have, and hopefully I'll be starting with the Angletarn Pikes. Just standing on this bridge here, you can see a waterfall runs up there. That's a nice little spot. And as I said, it's a pretty gentle start to the walk along this track here. The sun's just starting to catch the top of the crags over here on the right, and the fells on the left are well in sun now. Oh, really nice. Right, well this is where the climbing starts, and it's a steady slog up now to, as I said, the crossroads at Boardale Hause. Rather a steep climb. I'm just having a brief stop on the way up here, looking back now. Left of the picture is Middle Dodd. Then just above the trees here is the path which takes you up onto Hartsop above Hause, over the tops, and eventually onto Dove Crag. And in the middle of the picture here is Horseshoe Crag. So that's a rather lovely view. And as you can see, the sun's just starting to come out on the tops here, the direction I'm heading. From here there's a lovely view now. The pointed peak at the top there is Cam, and you may be able to see the path which leads up to Helvellyn just below and to the left. The rounded peak in the centre of the picture is Dodd. And if I just stand up, you get your first proper glimpse of Hause water. Again in the middle of the picture now. So yeah, that's a pretty nice shot from here. That's the route ahead. That's a pretty tough climb because the further up you come, the steeper it gets. So it's a little bit of a killer at the end. But I'm just about to make my way up now. Last little bit of a climb here up onto Boardale Hause. That's the slopes of Place Fell. You see three people coming up the path which come up from the White Lion at Boardale. And that's a steady climb up there as well. And here I am at Boardale Hause after a reasonably toughish climb up there. This is the path, as I said, that comes up from Boardale. And I'm just now below the slopes of Place Fell. I'm going to go past this little cairn here and take a right turn and head up onto Angletarn Pikes. Right, well I've gained quite a bit of height now, although you can't really tell from this point. But that's a much better view of Place Fell and the path up, the long steep path up. The path's just starting to level out a little after a climb, so that's quite welcome. This is one of those superfluous cairns. Can't see any point for it really. The path is obvious. There's no split in the path or anything. But I am looking for a split, which is coming up shortly. As soon as I get a view of Broadale water apparently, which can't be too far off. There is Broadale water down in the bottom. So I'm looking for a split in the path now, just up ahead. And I think the point in the middle of the shot here is Angletarn Pikes. So I'll have to try and find my way up there now. This is the northern top, because the southern top's across there. I seem to remember dropping down into this dip. That's this little patch of water here and climbing up onto the other top. And it's going to Mort Richards has the better view. So that's your view from up here on the northern top, which is actually the summit of Angletarn Pikes. The southern top has a cairn, but it's slightly lower. It's looking back up to the southern top of the Angletarn Pikes. couple of minutes up there chatting to a chap who was up there. Now I'm making my way down to Angletarn itself. I don't think I'll hang about at Angletarn as I've done in the past. I want to charge on and get on to Rest Dodd. I'm making my way across to start to climb up to Rest Dodd. Now that's quite a way off yet, but off to the right here is Grey Crag, and that's the beast I'll be hoping to come back down later on. It's rather a steep descent, I believe. I think Brock Crags are over here. This is a steady drag up to the top of Rest Dodd, which I would imagine is somewhere up there. So a fair way to climb yet. Lovely view off to my left at the moment. So here we are at last, summit of Rest Dodd. I'm dropping down by the wall side here, and the only problem with some of these fells is you've got to go down to go steeply back up again. I've been making my way up by the wall to the top of the Knott, so that's quite a climb up there. So I should be having my lunch on the Knott, I think. Well, that's been a real killer climb up there after the drop down from Rest Dodd. But at last I'm nearing the summit of the Knott. It's about 25 past 12, so I think it's time to have my lunch. I wasn't going to have any length of time here really, I haven't been here before, but I think I will. And here we are, the Knott. Having dropped down from the summit of the Knott, I've come onto this rather wide path, or wideish path now, which is going to take me up to High Street. And the day's changing a little. There's a couple of dark clouds coming across. There's no forecast of rain for today, so just hope these pass over pretty quickly. I'm approaching the summit of High Street now, and what a beautiful view it is out to the right. Cross over here to the crinkled crags, Boardale, the rounded top. I think in the middle of the picture is Great Gable, and then all around and back from where I've come. Beautiful views. Right, well that's High Street done dusted. Let's crack on to Thornthwaite Crag now. Rather busy around High Street area there. Probably will be on Thornthwaite Crag as well, I would imagine. So the next stop of any length will probably be Grey Crag, I would think. Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's been rather a boring path across from High Street to this point. But now I've got on the wide track that's going to lead me up to the beacon on Thornthwaite Crag. And there it is ahead. As I said, it'll probably be busy up there, so I'll not be able to do much filming, I wouldn't think. That's my route across from High Street. Down in the bottom is the end of Hause Reservoir. And the peak here, I think, is Grey Crag. And that's where I'll be going after I've been up onto Thornthwaite Crag. Right, well that's Thornthwaite Crag done. So I'm off now to the last Wainwright of the day, Grey Crag. And I'm going along by the broken wall on the left here. I've got to cross that wall at some stage to get to the summit cairn. But there's a cairn beforehand which curiously enough is higher than the actual summit. That's a bit of an oddity. That's looking back up to Thornthwaite Crag and the route I've taken down, and I'm making my way slowly now up to the summit of Grey Crag, and hopefully that'll be a lot quieter than the other ones have been today, so I may be able to enjoy 15-20 minutes there, finish off my sandwich. Right, well I've just passed a spot where there's a cairn marked on the Ordnance Survey map, which, as I said before, is supposedly higher than the summit of Grey Crag, but there was no sign of a cairn at all. No sign of a cairn ever having been there. So that's a little curious. Well, about 30 seconds after I'd last filmed, I spotted a cairn ahead, some distance off, but I'm approaching that cairn now, but I can't see that it can be in any way higher than the summit of Grey Crag, but we shall see in a minute. And here we are, the cairn in question. It is some little way further off than I think it is marked on the Ordnance Survey map. But that is supposedly quite some way higher than the summit of Grey Crag. Now the summit of Grey Crag is over there. So I might just see what the GPS says. Right, well the GPS reading was 2,273 feet for the cairn. So I'll take a measurement of Grey Crag summit and we shall see what the difference is. And here I am, approaching the summit of Grey Crag. And as I thought, it's pretty quiet up here. I don't know where the actual summit is. Is it here? Further along? Oh no, it's further still. I have quite a bit to go yet. To cross a broken wall and then get to the summit. And here we are, final summit of the day, Grey Crag. Well, the GPS reading here is 2,290 feet, so I don't know where the Ordnance Survey have got. The cairn is higher than the summit, but who knows. So I'm going to have got 20 minutes here, I suppose, finish off my sandwich, drink, and just enjoy the view. And this is the view. You can just hear a fighter going over, probably somewhere behind these fells over here. Can't see it. But from here I've got a pretty steep drop back down into Hartsop. Right, that's the last one for the day done. Had a nice chat with this chap and his son. So we're off now, and I believe there's a bit of a cliff coming up, and I've got to be careful which way I go down. So whether this is the point I've got to watch what I'm doing or not, I don't know. We shall see. Looks a bit iffy at the moment, but it may be further on. But from here there's a great view down over Water Reservoir. And the fells above, I'm just wondering if that's the Knott. There, I can't be sure. There's a chap just moved off the rock ahead. He's going down to the left, so that's probably the way I should be going as well. We shall see. I might get another shot from that rock there. Looks quite interesting. See what happens. Just come a little further from where I was last filming. I had to get that shot in. These are crags here and the steep drop down to the end of the reservoir. This is the little outcrop that I was just filming the chap sitting on. See what kind of view we get from up here. Yeah, pretty stunning. And back up to Crag. It's getting rather chilly now, so the sweatshirts had to go back on. But I've now got a lovely view off down to my left. I hope the camera picks it up. That's down into Hartsop. Hope I'm getting it. And I've now got the long steep drop down back to the track which leads back into Hartsop. Not too far from the bottom now, thankfully. But yeah, absolutely beautiful view. So I'll carry on making my way very slowly but surely down, and as I said, you can see the track in the bottom. So that's how close I am, and then it's a matter of turning left along the track, back into Hartsop, through Hartsop, and back to the farmer's field where I left the car several hours ago. Right, nearly down at the bottom now, safe and sound in one piece. I must admit, I've nearly run the last 100 yards down. My legs set off and they wouldn't stop. But yeah, nearly down at the track now, which takes me back into Hartsop. And that's been an interesting way down. The path was evident all the way down. You got a little bit sketchy in places, but you soon managed to pick it up again. So there's no problem coming down. I was a bit concerned about that. I looked across at the drop from Crag from the other side of the valley, and I couldn't actually see a way down. But as I said, the path was pretty evident all the way, so it has been reasonably well walked, I think. It'll be interesting to see if the car park in Hartsop is closed. There was a sign saying that the road was closed, so I'm going to presume that nobody's been able to park in Hartsop today. That's the view back up behind me to the left as I make my way down the track. And I'm going to drop down now and cross over the river, I think, down the bottom. Beautiful and clean again, this water coming down from the fells. And the track back goes between these two trees here. And here I am approaching the car park, and there are cars parked here, so I don't know why I couldn't get up this road this morning. Strange colour, these sheep. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. No charge to park here. It cost me a £5 to park in the farmer's field. Right, I'm just making my way back through Hartsop at the end of the walk. There was an honesty box on the car park, and I wouldn't have minded putting a few pounds in there. The walk, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's quite tough. A couple of the uphill sections have been really tough. Took it out of me. But yeah, it's been really pleasant. I enjoyed getting 2 new Wainwrights in and doing 6 altogether. So that's good. And I've had a lovely day weather-wise. It's clouded over a couple of times. Got a little chilly on the tops. Put my sweatshirt on a few times. It's been on and off. But yeah, it's been, on the whole, it's been beautiful. Visibility has been great. No problem whatsoever. Well, here we are back at the car. Here we go.